Good evening, this is Eric Kolodny with the Epiphany Trading Markets Wrap-Up for Friday, February 25th. Dow today finished ahead 62 points, closing at 12,130. NASDAQ was up 43, closing at 2781. The tone was pretty much how I described it this morning in the blog and in the call. The worst didn't happen the last couple of days, and oil stabilized. So people are beginning to realize that Omnivision's business doesn't really have much bearing, or rather Libya doesn't have much bearing to Omnivision's business. And so shares of things like that exploded today. It's why also there wasn't a whole lot of correlation today between oil and equities. When oil did dip, the stocks did have a little bit of a fall, or rather when oil rallied, been a long week. We had like a 40 or 50 cent spike, and the S&P gave 2 S&P points back. But the important thing was what I discussed this morning, or one of the important things anyway, when the GDP numbers came out, and or whatever the number was. Let me look it up. I apologize. The economic numbers out this morning. I'm sorry for babbling. Durable goods, I believe. Whatever it was, they came out weaker than expected. The S&P fell a little bit and then came right back as if nothing had happened, and that was the definitive tell for the day. I thought it was also important today that a lot of things didn't go smoothly. We discussed this in the chat room and over audio. I had some private conversations here where things like Amazon, as a simple for instance, was relatively weak, but when it broke unchanged, it didn't plunge. It went in increments, and there's a different way to trade that. You have to hold it a little bit longer, take a little bit of a smaller size, willing to hold a little bit more against you for the same exact move, particularly on a day like today. It's a very, very, very important lesson. So for Monday, it's going to be all dependent on exactly what happens over the weekend. My guess is not much, and this little bounce should continue. Stocks will probably be quieter next week. Economic calendar is not quite as heavy at the beginning anyway. You'll have jobs number at the end of the week. So with that and lower news flow and slower news flow as well, even though a lot more people will be back to work, it stands to be a bit of a slower week and certainly a bit of a slower day on Monday, all else equal. So things to look at. After the bell today, MRX announced it's going to put its liposonics business up for sale. It's trading sharply higher. OVTI, IPGP, ACTG, DRC, INT, and TRLG all closed in their highs after posting earnings. RIG, CF, MON, MOS, MCP, SODA, Yoku, AAPL, FXEN, MFN, LNG, IoT, SFE, CIS, PGI, and XUE were among the myriad of stocks that closed on or near their highs today. TZU, HES, CLR, WLL, BEXP, and OAS were all featured in Mad Money tonight. And finally, HUM raised its guidance for the year after the bell today. On the negative side, PBR issued lukewarm earnings today after the close. DEC, JCP, FSLR, MDAS, NTRI, CLGX, and NOAA closed near their lows after posting earnings, and NFLX closed near a low. The earnings calendar on Monday morning includes ANV, AWI, JKS, MSA, NHP, OSG, TIE, and VIT. After hours, AONE, EXM, MR, PDLI, RRC, RST, SLXP, UHS, URS, VVUS, WRC, and Yoku. That will show you a good night, a very good weekend, and good luck trading on Monday.